a new time block. And apparently we can only proceed with Kano for now, so that's what we'll do. Even though I would like to see where Minurikawa is going or whatever is gonna happen to Osawa. It's Kano hour now, apparently. Together with Agent Smith. Following Kano's directions, Stanley drove towards the crime syndicate's hangout. There was a good chance that this was where Maria was being held. I mean, if they definitely knew where they were hiding, why go through all of this shit in the first place? Makes no sense, right? Traffic was practically non-existent, and they made good time. They cruised down Miyamazuzaka, then past the train station toward Dokenzaka. All the while, the two men stared out the windshield, neither inclined to make conversation. Oh god, that's awkward. They arrived at the Shinsenshu intersection. Take a right here, Kano said. You nervous? Stanley asked as he made the turn. His own tone was calm and level. Kano gave no reply. What? That's rude. If this syndicate really was holding Maria hostage up ahead, then what? He and Stanley might wind up putting her in danger by showing up there. Is this the sole reason why you haven't gone there yet? Danger? Because it's not dangerous to follow these guys, right? If it came down to it, Kano wondered, could he count on the man next to him taking the hostage's safety into account? He seems capable, at least. He doubted it, but there was nothing he could do about that now. They arrived at the syndicate's hangout sooner than Kano had anticipated. It was a multi-tenant building in Tomigaya, southwest of Yoyogi Park. Damn, I love these Japanese names. The ratty building looked like it might come crashing down at any minute. The Black Lodge sign out front looked deliberately ominous. Kano knew the places above frequented by expats from various countries, as well as a hotbed of criminal activity. Oh jeez. When you see Japanese cops draw their weapon, you know shit's gonna go down. I'll take point, Stanley said. You back me up. He pulled a handgun from his suit pocket. It was a compact Glock, a model frequently used by the FBI or CIA. Let's take a look at these hints. Glock 17, a semi-automatic pistol developed in Austria for police and military use, notable for its incorporation of large amounts of polymer plastic in its design. A certain Hollywood film included a line of dialogue claiming that the Glock would not show up on airport X-ray machines, but since the gun barrel itself is made of metal, this is assuredly not true. What film are they referencing there? Can't tell. The FBI, of course, is the Federal Bureau of Investigation, an American investigative bureau established by the US Department of Justice in 1908. That's really early. Has authority in matters involving crimes that cross state lines, as well as threats to public order such as espionage and terrorism. Generally speaking, the FBI conducts its activities within the United States, and contrary to that, of course, the Central Intelligence Agency, one of the principal agencies of the US intelligence community, reporting to the Director of National Intelligence. Possessing considerable budgetary resources and a vast network of highly trained personnel, the CIA carries out intelligence gathering and covert operations primarily overseas. In recent years, the organization has been devoting major efforts to counter-terrorism. Kano drew his own gun, and the two cautiously made their way inside. They immediately heard some sort of ruckus from beyond a wooden door at the far end of the hall. Who's beating these guys up? Is it Achi? Please don't let this be what I think it is, Kano thought to himself. Sweat beaded on his hands as he gripped his gun tighter. He heard the sound of glass shattering. Then came the sound of something heavy falling to the floor. Maria! Keep it together, Kano, come on. Ignoring Stanley's previous order, Kano rushed ahead, kicked down the door and stepped inside. God damn it, Kano! Listen to your superior for once. He walked right into a massacre. There were nearly a dozen bodies sprawled out across the floor, and they look pretty much dead, I'd say. He thought he recognized them all, the men who'd participated in the repeated attached case handoffs. Each appeared to have been stabbed to death. Nice. Had these guys all turned on each other? No, that couldn't have been the case. But how do you stab a dozen people? I mean, you could probably stab 1 or 2. But by then, the others should have drawn their guns, right? None of the victims was holding a knife. I think it's none of the victims were holding a knife, right? It's a plural. Anyway, which meant that whoever had killed them must still be hiding nearby. No sooner had Kano come to this conclusion than he heard a muffled cry behind him. Oh, Stanley? Stanley! Oh, shit. The American was sprawled on the floor, face down. Kano rushed over and knelt beside him. Stanley was dead! Stabbed through the back. Okay, how do you kill someone silently with a single stab in the back? Someone that's possibly quite muscular as well. Someone who probably wears a bulletproof vest. They're not only protecting the front of the body, right? They're also in the back. You'd think that this guy was armored or something. How can he go down with a single stab? And is it Maria behind Kano? Is it Maria doing this? Is Maria some weird battle angel girl? Without an instant's hesitation, Kano stood up again, gun at the ready. He scanned his surroundings, but there was no sign of the killer. But that was impossible. Stanley had been killed mere moments ago. Someone had to be here somewhere. Behind you, Kano. Fucking behind you. Out of nowhere, he felt someone press the tip of a knife into his neck from behind, right at the base of his skull. Okay, that's an instant death, but just somewhere in the back shouldn't be instant, except if you penetrate to the heart, I guess. And even then, it's not instant. The only way to instantly kill someone is to hit the nerves. How? He hadn't noticed anyone coming up on him. There wasn't even anyone else around. Nobody but the corpses scattered across the floor. You have an awful lot of time to think about this stuff, Kano. Wait, the corpses? Kano hadn't checked them. Hadn't checked to make sure they were all really dead. Is this gonna pull an Umineko on me now? With his last thought, he realized that had been his fatal mistake. Seriously? Is this a bad end? I had no decision yet. And no, it's a girl. It's definitely a girl. I can tell. Because I've seen quite a few girls in my time. That can't be right. What? I had no choice at all. Number 25, I thought they were dead. Alas, there's nothing to be done for poor Kano now. He wasn't prepared for whoever is wielding that knife. Sometimes it's best not to rush things. Kano and Stanley might not have had their run-in with the killer if they turned up a bit later. There's someone who can cause a traffic jam at 110, which should keep these two from meeting such a grisly end. So I can actually progress with the others? Now that's weird, because it looked as if I could only progress with Kano, but let's take a look at this again. Traffic jam, huh? That could only be Minorikawa, let's be honest. See? It goes, well, okay, yeah, I guess this could also mean that it starts at 1. Okay, whatever. Let's do Minorikawa, because I need something upbeat here. Item 3. Sales demo. Just look at him. Look at that guy. Oh god, I love him so much. I don't know why. Right. Left. Minorikawa sprinted down Center Guy, dodging between oncoming pedestrians. Out of my way! Can't you people see I'm in a hurry? He stole a glimpse at his watch as he ran. It was just after 1 o'clock. The Burning Hammer sales demo would be getting underway any moment now. He could probably get an interview even if he showed up late. Still, he wanted to get to the venue ASAP to get a feel for things before they got started. The best time to scope out an event was before it started and after it ended. This was something he'd learned from Toyama. Everything he knew about journalism, the publisher had taught him. Oh, is this why he's helping him? He's something like a father figure for him. It had been a competitive education. Minorikawa learning despite himself as the two men constantly butted heads. Oh, give me a break. What's wrong with my article? Minorikawa shouted. Of course, this is a flashback now. His voice was loud enough to carry throughout the editing department. Shut up. I told you to rewrite it, so rewrite it, Jesus. Toyama sticking to his guns. Minurikawa recalled a scene from the days when the two men had worked at the same newspaper and Toyama was his boss. At the time, Toyama was the copy editor for local news. Known as the Red Pen Gatekeeper, he would go around checking young reporters' copy like mad. Due to his vigorous efforts, a great many articles never made it to the page. What's wrong with it? Show me what's wrong. All of it. How can it be all of it? Co-workers stared, keeping their distance as the pair screamed themselves red in the face. These arguments had become a regular occurrence, regular enough that everyone had learned not to try to intervene. I poured my heart and soul into this piece. Go back and read it again. I could read it over and over, and it would still be the same thing. A load of self-important claptrap. Now go calm down and write me a more neutral piece. Taking neither of the two opposing sides, the media typically seeks to adopt a neutral stance in reporting the news. Frequently, however, biased reporting still results in one-sided thinking taking hold amongst the general public. In the end, it is up to the individual to make an objective assessment of any news event. It's right, guys. Don't trust the news, at least not always. Try to get several sources. That's the best. Calm down. You must be joking. I write what I feel in my heart. That's the one thing I refuse to back down on. And it's the one thing that'll keep getting your copy rejected. Aren't you the one who told me to be bold and daring with my writing? Yeah, I did, but I don't remember telling you to write me garbage. By now, Minurikawa and Toyama were practically at each other's throats. Still, despite these almost daily shouting matches, Minurikawa never resented Toyama. Not really. How could he write a piece in a way that would shut Toyama up? Trying to figure that out was how he had developed his skills as a reporter. Up until he quit his position at the newspaper to start his own publishing company, Toyama had been a stubborn old man in the finest sense of the term. Now a dying breed in Japan, the sort who'd be inclined to use knuckles before words to remedy a child's bad behavior. Damn, that's not a good way to do it, but okay. Inflexible but still emotionally brittle. The signature move is to drive a wayward kid out of the house with the exclamation, "You fool! You know, son of mine! I disown you!" Only to wait a while, go find the son, who's crying down by the dry riverbed, and calmly murmur, "Come on, your supper's getting cold." Okay, that's pretty cool. But then, in order to keep his company afloat, at some point he had abandoned all his ideals and principles. It was disgraceful. Just disgraceful. Kinda sounds like BuzzFeed. Thinking about it made Minurikawa's blood boil. It rankled him to know that such a pathetic remnant of a man had been such an influence on him. He reminded himself once again that he needed to wrap up his current job as soon as possible. By now, Minurikawa was getting close to the demo site. He increased his speed. Oh. He wound up barreling right into someone who was walking into a Knickknack shop. Who's this now? Can't tell. A newly opened general variety store. The place is primarily a second-hand shop with posters inside proclaiming things like, "We'll take what you don't need," and "We buy computers at top prices." And what the fuck is up with this weird hand thing to the right? I don't think I've ever been so aroused at the sight of a hand. Who is this? Von Dutch. It was a girl about high school age. She jumped to her feet and snatched Minurikawa by the collar. "Hey, watch where you're going," she snapped. Upper body strength was impressive to say the least. Look at Minurikawa. Can't believe what's happening. The chokehold she had on his neck made it almost impossible for him to breathe. He had to do something fast. Sorry. He bowed his head in apology. "Take this!" He drove a punch right into the girl's flank. Of course I'll do this. Every chance I'll get, I'll beat up a girl. Of course. He drove a punch right into the girl's flank. Don't quote me on that, by the way. Holy fuck, what? To his amazement, the girl shrugged off the blow as if it were nothing, her grip on his collar tightening further. She's actually fucking beautiful. "Oh, you wanna throw down, huh?" she sneered. Shifting position suddenly, she snatched Minurikawa by the hair and dragged him out onto the road. Oh shit. I did a boo-boo. Oh, Minurikawa. Getting beat up by a girl. Some people would pay for that, you know. Before he could process the trouble he was in, it was already too late. He cowered away from her, shielding his face with his arms, only to feel the impact of a rain of punches and kicks on his exposed back and sides. Pain shot through his body as each blow landed with a perversely satisfying thump. And then the pain continued to intensify. Oh crap, I'm going to die here, aren't I? Never thought my life would end so soon, and like this as well. Come on, give me the bad end. Huh? His assailant paused suddenly. Wait, don't I know you? She stared down into his face. Who is this? Hey, you're Mr. Minorikawa! Shocked to hear his own name, Minorikawa peered up at the girl. Miku? Fuck, I think I would pay to get beaten by Miku. Yeah! Wow, so you do remember me. Her tone was bubbly, as if the beating she'd been dishing was all fun and games. Sorry, I didn't realize it was you. She held out a hand to help Min recover back to his feet. Wow, how long's it been? She asked. About 5 years, I think, he said cautiously. You, still doing your bonsai stuff? Nah, she replied. I gave it up. Miku had been Japan's bonsai champion back when she was in middle school. One day, local delinquents had vandalized dozens of Miku's bonsai pieces. Aww. Fuck off, that's awful. Minorikawa had met her when he interviewed her about the incident. I want to get strong, she had said. I want to be able to beat those guys up. And so Minorikawa had introduced Miku to an acquaintance of his who ran a martial arts dojo. Of course. Oh, fuck, look at her smile. Man, you sure have gotten strong, Minorikawa said. Well, that's the sort of gal I am. Miku handed him a flyer. Oh, what the fuck is this? It read... Oh, whoops. No, I don't want autoplay. Come on. Ladies Mixed Martial Arts Pop Bride. No, don't give me autoplay. Yes, disable it. Oh, Jesus Christ. You mispress once. And this happens. Anyway, Ladies Mixed Martial Arts Pub Bride. Present this flyer for a free drink. Oh, damn. It's a place where you can watch girls fight in the ring while you have some drinks, Miku said. That sounds pretty fun, actually. Minorikawa could feel himself being pulled in all the wrong directions by the prospect. I mean, if it's girls like her. Wow. You should come see one of my matches sometime. I'm the current champion there. Miku beamed with pride. Wait, you're the champion? So she's beautiful and strong? It's just unfair. Well, he'd seen firsthand how strong she was. Miku nodded. What are you up to now? She asked. Working? Yeah, running around trying to get interviews. Right now I'm heading to... What was it again? The Nokane building, that's it. Oh, I can take you there, she said. I can use the exercise. What? Is she gonna carry him? Now, if you'll beg my pardon... God. Jesus. Oh, I'm so jealous right now. Miku casually hefted Minorikawa up onto her back and broke into a jog. Before long, they arrived at the Nokane building. Minorikawa thanked Miku as she set him down on the sidewalk, and the two parted ways. So fucking jealous, definitely. At long last, he arrived at the Nokane building where the event was being held. The wall by the elevator was plastered with posters about Burning Hammer. Get it or regret it. As seen in magazines. 100% weight loss guaranteed. This is blatantly false advertising. Of course it is. The messaging was kind of a mess. It felt like they'd been thrown together at the last minute. Minorikawa avoided the elevator in favor of the stairs. Pardon me. Rushing up to the event site on the 3rd floor. Emerging from the stairwell, he saw more posters on the wall pointing the way to the sales demo. He followed the arrows to a room deeper within the building. Oh my god, people actually came. Opening the door, he saw about 50 chairs. Most of them occupied by female attendees. There was a stage set up at the far end of the room, but nobody was on it. So do I have to do Tama first? Because I still don't know what the fuck happened in the end with the Burning Hammer bottles, right? It appeared that the event had yet to begin. Minorikawa quickly looked over the crowd. Roughly half of the women were somewhat elderly. All of them looked like they could stand to lose some weight. And for some of them, at least, that ship had surely sailed some time ago. The crowd gazed at the stage with rapt anticipation. A beverage that allowed you to eat plenty and still lose weight was definitely an appetizing proposition. Could something like that really exist though? Ah, well, Minurikawa was just going to have to wait and see. He did his best to get his mind into journalism mode. Ladies. Oh, no, who is this? This is probably... What's his name? The weird dude. It's not Sasayama. Sasayama is Kano's co-worker. Oh fuck, I don't know. The Tamagotchi guy. Ladies, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. At the presenter's cue, the cat mascot appeared and took the stage. Oh, is it Tama speaking? The audience broke into applause. Hello, Tama. You cutie pie. After waiting patiently for the applause to die down, the cat produced a small box from which she slowly pulled a pendant set with bluestone. Oh no, they don't have the burning hammer yet. It certainly wasn't a diet drink, whatever it was. Minurikawa wasn't the only one who quickly realized this wasn't a burning hammer sample. After staring for a moment, the rest of the crowd began to fly into an uproar. Quiet! The cat shouted. Taken aback, the crowd quieted down. The cat held the pendant up high so that everyone could get a look at it. Do not take your eyes off of this pendant. If you do, you will die. What? Okay, a jolt of panic shot through the room. Oh yeah, I can tell, they are really panicked. Just look at the woman to the left. She looks so fucking panicked, I don't know. If this isn't the face of panic, then show me, what is the face of panic then? Okay, guys. Okay. Slowly the cat began to swing the pendant back and forth. You also make sure to follow it with your eyes, please, come on. Minurikawa couldn't quite recall what happened after that. When he came to his senses, he'd already pulled a 10,000 yen bill from his wallet. Oh my god, they sell miniature chickens. I would also pay 10,000 yen for that. Handing it to the man he assumed was the demo organizer. In exchange, he received a pendant the same as the one the cat had been holding. It's a scam. It's definitely a scam, yeah. And it's a bad end as well, I think. I've done it, Minurikawa muttered to himself excitedly. Clutching the pendant in his hand, he could feel the energy it radiated coursing throughout his body. The cat's monotone chanting from the stage sounded in his ears like a chorus of angels. Overwhelmed by a feeling of ecstasy he could scarcely contain, Minurikawa repeated his words to himself. I've done it. With this, I'll be the greatest writer the world has ever seen. My articles will stir the emotions of the entire human race. They'll laugh, they'll cry, they'll tremble with fear, they'll jump for joy. No longer was the Pulitzer Prize a mere dream, it was practically already his. I don't need to read this up, do I? Minurikawa wanted. No, he needed to tell someone how excited he was. This miracle he'd attained, he wasn't going to just squander it on himself, oh no! A journalist of his stature needed to share what he knew with all of humanity. He opened up his laptop. He booted up his word processing program. He deleted all of the articles he'd been working on. Okay, now we definitely know that it's a bad end then. He knew what he really needed to write. Special edition report on the Miracle Stone. Only in 4-star General Gossip spring issue. Must have stone already in many fashionistas' collections. Look out, world. Mysterious gemstones set to change international balance of power. Blessed by the Miracle Stone? Get your hot stock tips here. The pages originally slated for the pros and cons of security cameras and washed-up screenwriters were instead filled with glowing praise and rave reviews for the Miracle Stone. Oh, Jesus Christ, Minurikawa. How could he go so far off the deep end? Never had Minurikawa been more proud of his work. Give me the fucking bad end already, come on. Back at 4-Star General Gossip Headquarters, Minurikawa handed his articles to Toyama, who was sitting glumly at his desk. Toyama looked them over slowly. Then there was a lingering silence. Oh god, finally he spoke, his voice subdued, but his words crystal clear. Yeah, this is all getting axed. Is this how you thank me, Toyama? I saved your fucking life. Axed. Number 32, the bad end. Desperate though he was for a copy, Toyama still rejected Minurikawa's articles, probably a good indication of how bad they really were. Maybe the Miracle Stone wasn't the breaking story Minurikawa wanted it to be. Tama and her pals really need to be selling Burning Hammer instead. Okay. We can do that, right? In the next episode we just do Tama? Or maybe Osawa? Big surprise.